Scene 3, where Kenya Moore headed to the hospital. We're back at the hotel with Kenya Moore headed to the hospital. They open the scene with a message letting us know that Kenya called the producers with an emergency. Kenya calls 911, and in her confessional, she explains that she has numbness. She's damn near paralyzed on one side of her body. Can't feel her arms, can't lift her arms and stuff like that. Sheree comes out the door and is clearly in shock.
Well, I'm glad that's what she called. Well, not that I'm glad that that's what she called the police about, but I thought that she was calling it on the girls because they kicked on her damn door.
Right,
and she was saying she had an anxiety attack or something. I was finna call her bullshit.
I'm having a hard time breathing.
I woke up feeling the weight of everything that I have been through in the last few weeks.
Well, I'm just recovering from COVID, but I don't know what it could be now.
I'm feeling numbness or pain in my left arm. Something is really wrong.
Marlo is in her room. Sheree calls to everybody and tells them to come down to her room so she can explain to everybody what happened. Marlo calls for a prayer for Kenya, and it seemed to me that it was very sincere.
But Kenya ass tweeted, and she said she calls it a prayer when she's really trying to put roots on me. Oh.
Kenya, are you surprised that Nene and Marlo have become so close after everything in the past?
From what I know, yes. How could you trust a snake?
To be that evil, to say I'm gonna come and I'm gonna support more there, that as a friend, I wouldn't even want to have as a friend.
Kenya is a great friend to me, but if you get on her bad side, then devil, Lucifer, Satan, Kenya will rise out of her.
Every time I see Kenya, I swear, her horns in the top of her head grow longer and longer. He is a true devil.
I'm just tired of the ugliness of it all.
Oh my God. Really, Kenya? That was wrong. Here's what I don't understand. How Monyetta is talking to Marlo now, just like when they were headed back to Kenya's room to go bang on her door. She's talking to she's talking to Marlo again. To me, like, she comes off as fake and like she blows with the wind, like when he said about Cynthia.
Drew, I don't understand the faces.
No, because we've been talking the whole time. Why are we talking about it in front of everyone? Like, she came to my room and we talked. And you could have said it then.
Drew, what I'm
Artez
saying
did your
is,
makeup. So I'm just confused why you're making this speech in front of everybody like this.
I started.
You shocked me when you got with these girls. You just went left. I never knew we had a falling out until we all gathered together. If you are a real friend, the way you claim to be, then you would call up your real friend and say, "Hey, friend, we need to talk." You chose to do it in front of everybody else. So I'm like, when do we fall out now? Hello? It feels like you just woke up and just decided all of a sudden one day we're not going to be friends.
Like, that carries a lot of weight.
Did you hear that old flip-flop, flippity-flap flapper?
Girl, that thing said, I don't know this whole no more.
My friend Sonia
Maybe with other chatter, she started to
now have a mind of her own.
Well, not.
That's the vibes I get.
And if you have somebody that can't stick, like, you need somebody that can be like, when the wind blow, you blow this way, then you blow that way. Girl, bye.
So you were talking about Cynthia.
I'm just saying, since you brought her name up, I think Cynthia's a good friend, and but I think she just blows wherever the wind blows.
I say, people keep saying, like, which housewife are you most like? I would say probably like Cynthia with a little Jamaican edge.
I think she'll be back mad at Marlo before we know it, because once again she's sitting down here talking to Marlo, giving Marlo a hug, praying with Marlo, crying on Marlo's shoulder. Not technically, but it's definitely coming off like she don't have a real issue with Marlo. Not a real. Marlo seemed very sincere in her prayer though, and I think that, again, I will say Monyetta is over the top and dramatic. I don't want to say that her crying right here is dramatic, because she did lose her mom in July, probably during the COVID stuff, and that is so unfortunate.
It's serious because, since my mom passed in July, I'm sorry.
So seeing her, it's so sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, I am so sorry. I just This is serious. Thank you, Mom.
So I definitely don't want to say she's being dramatic, but I think that is in her nature to be just dramatic and theatrical.
I don't want to be insensitive, but I feel like this is sort of the same stuff that Marlo was just doing when her nephew had done died.
Kind of is. What do you mean? Like over the top, dramatic?
Like
theatrical?
Not part of the situation that we have at hand. So why are we
giving
the theatrics?
Yeah, it was like.
Listen, I'm sorry. I understand.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry.
Not to throw away from this. Not to not be sentimental about the situation, but it's like it's one of these things don't belong here, and that did not belong here, because we're talking about Kenya being sick right
now.
Was your mom numb or something? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Were these the same symptoms?
Okay. I guess it traumatized her, and her seeing Kenya sick or hearing about her being sick is making her think about her mama.
I guess.
He has very interesting energy. She's very intense.
Hi, girl.
So she hugs Marlo and calls her Jekyll and Hyde in her confessional.
Marlo is like Jekyll and Hyde. Normally, I don't negotiate with terrorists, but I got my cousin in them on speed dial. I'm good to go. I don't know, maybe you were in your moment, but girl, you were like this close from hitting me with that steel.
So to me, she come off as a flip-flopper. Like, you just want to be, you want your group to feel cohesive. Like, I don't want to be the only one over here talking to everybody who's Candy friend. Gotta know you can't be friends with a bitch Candy don't like and be my friend. That just, Candy don't roll that way.
You do that, bitch.
And she may not ever say it, but you better look at her and know, bitch, you friends with her?
Pick a side.
Because then Candy don't trust you. She think you going back running your mouth telling that bitch something. So Candy can't decipher on what type of fake bitch you are, because you still talking to that bitch.
Right.
That's why she was ready to cut Shamia off if Shamia was still gonna be talking to Portia or Phaedra. Right. But when they got into it with Phaedra, it was like, oh hey, Portia and Shamia, I can totally be friends, you guys, since we all mad at Phaedra.
Girl, wow, Shamia, you get around Portia and everybody. Now I'm an auntie. You're supposed to be my girl. Okay, cool, whatever.
Please be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that bell so you can be notified every time we go live, post a video, or post a post. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Also, check out our podcast everywhere podcasts can be heard. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and more. Just search The Urban Binge Radio wherever you prefer to hear your podcasts. Follow us on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, plus more, at The Urban Binge. Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to both our channels, at Rebel TV and at Rebel TV 2, for more exciting reviews, fun vlogs, short films, and more.